It's gonna be my first storage unit. Keen to know if I actually will get it or not. Still got like 40 minutes to go. Jonas, one night he bought a storage unit, or was it a container? And he goes, I'm just after the antiques. There's a bunch of clothing there. Do you want it? Let's do a deal. And then he said, by the way, storage units, great way of getting a bunch of inventory. And then I said, okay. So I started looking at a bunch of local ones, and he goes, whilst you're here, let's just look at each one. And so we're going through it, just talking through the logic of how to source at a storage unit. Too much to go into. I might do a video with him actually where we talk about it, and I think it's really good to build up the profile of who you think you're buying it from. But this is the one that I didn't think much of it at the time, but then there's other people bidding on it, and I do wonder whether the thing they're bidding on is the thing that I'm bidding on. I'll show you. So this is the unit, and it's currently sitting at $70 because that's my one. When I click on it first, I'm like, you know what? It's just like a bed frame. There's a pillow there. Doesn't really seem like much. A little oil can of sorts. There's a bag of clothing here. There's a Hurley belt and a pair of shoes. A mirror. Maybe they want the mirror. They didn't bid higher than 40, but there's all these clothes here. I'm curious to know what's actually in there. But the thing that I noticed is this guy right here, which to me looks like a nice pair of shoes. Green and yellow is intriguing. So I'm very keen to see if this is actually a complete pair of shoes. If it is, then $70. It's not a big unit to clear. I'm okay with that. Lamps which put on Marketplace for $10. This looks like Kmart. Couldn't tell much about what this is. Wish me luck, don't wish me luck. I don't know what to expect. Could be good, could be crap. I think it's the it's the dopamine seeking, like wanting variety to work, because this stuff's predictable to me now. That's the random. I'm like, ooh. I'll keep you guys posted. If it's good and it's worth doing, I will do a video of it as well, and we will unbox it together to see if I bought gold or crap. Good morning. We are on our way to the storage unit now. I woke up this morning really excited. I packed myself a lunchbox. I've got like a pear, I've got a full mandarin, we've got chopped up carrots. I think this was necessary. The week had gotten a little bit rinse and repeat, and I needed to shake things up somehow. And I feel like, they say you don't know you needed a holiday until you go on holiday. I didn't know I needed something new until this morning when I woke up and I was like, let's get on with this day. So I've never bought a storage unit before, and the thought of buying a whole storage unit has always felt big and overwhelming. And understandably, most of you who have never done this before will probably be feeling the same way. It'd be like, I can hardly, handle a room of inventory, let alone a garage of inventory. But one night I was on Discord talking to Jonas, who does do storage units from time to time, and he did say, hey, you don't have to take everything. Most people end up throwing a lot of the stuff because they can sell for quite cheap. Granted, there are some units that have really high value items, and the people who work at the storage units know how to display them. For example, they'll lay out the Legos and the branded shoes and the iPads, and those ones go for more money. But for the most part, it's a random mountain of household goods where you might read a box and you'll have a name that says fragile, or you might have it might be, the word might say laptops or kitchen, and if that's your category, if there's enough intrigue and at a low enough price point, it could justify you taking a punt. And that's kind of where most people start. They go, can I pick something up? Can I pick up a whole garage full of stuff for $100, and with effort and some smart throwing, spin 500 on top? Is that worth the effort? Is it better than, say, driving all around Melbourne, hitting up a bunch of op shops? Is it better than going from garage sale to garage sale? So I've never done storage units. I'm very curious to know if for the effort and the amount of money I can make and the time whether it's something that I add to my sourcing options. I'm not going to call it a routine. I don't think I want it to be a regular thing because I still have a full-time eBay business that operates out of my house. So therefore, despite the fact that we've got a double garage and 2 spare bedrooms, because the kids are still little, if storage units are going to be a ongoing thing, there needs to be external storage. It can't just be in the house. I'm very much preparing to throw away a good amount of items today. In terms of why I chose this particular unit over the others that were available, the unit looked clean. That was the first thing. I didn't want to be picking up. I think you work your way towards the gross that you can tolerate rather than start out at the grossest point and try and find clean. So this one looked quite clean. Storage unit photos, very blur as well. That's something these guys, whether deliberately or not, the websites are quite old for these like storage unit bidding websites. And I feel like because they're not going to get top dollar, they just go, here's what it is. If you like what you see, buy. If you don't like it, then someone else will. The traffic on these things are also quite interesting. We're talking hundreds of views over a week. Where if you think about like eBay, where we can get thousands of views over a week, because it's local, it feels more concentrated compared to say with eBay. You'll get hundreds of views in days, but it could be international views, local views, just all over the internet. So something about the lower number, but the concentration of the number does make it also feel more competitive. Okay, so why did I choose this unit? It's clean. It looks clean. It's got some furniture, but not a lot of furniture. It looks like a single person who moved out, chucked their stuff there, and then decided they didn't want it anymore. Or back during COVID, I remember there were people who moved out of the country, couldn't come back, and they were like, you know what, too hard to come back. And too hard to come back is a real thing. Those of us who have never lived overseas before or moved countries, the thought of leaving your stuff behind is weird because you worked hard for your stuff. Why would you especially leave good stuff behind? But if you are somebody who travels for work, if you're someone who has migrated, whether by yourself or with a family, you'll appreciate the notion of too hard to come back. And so that could be a reason for this one. I know some people might say, oh, but what if it's just rubbish? That's part of the deal. It's not expensive to get into a storage unit. Once we get there, we'll find out whether it is rubbish or not. Worst case scenario, we lose a little bit of money. Best case scenario, we make money on top. Profit was not the focus for this one. The main focus was, because if I did the profit first approach to the storage unit, what would have happened was I would have bid on something that my body might not be able to handle with the actual pickup and unloading. Could be I would end up buying a whole bunch of stuff that I may not be confident moving. I didn't want to have to, I suppose, spend so much time throwing away. I just wanted to do it all in little steps. So today is all about learning. It's about, does my body like the feeling of doing this work? Do I understand the processes? Currently, it's, as far as I understand, you bid for it, you pay for it. When you go there, you pay $200 as a cleaning bond in cash. If you leave and the storage unit is clean, they pay you that money back, so it's not an out-of-pocket expense, it's just in case. There's a 17% or 18% buyer's premium, so if you pay $100, you're actually expecting to pay $118, so you got to keep that in mind. And when I called them up, they were, yep, this is pretty normal, this is chill. Come do some paperwork, and then we'll take it to the unit, open it up, and then go do your thing. You have to generally clear things out within 72 hours of winning, so therefore you kind of need to shift your schedule for that. If you're talking big unit, then either you get someone to come and do it with you, in which case then you have to factor in their labor. I do have friends who move things, and they've already been like, yep, you know what, if you need us to come and do it, we'll do it for you. We've got mates rates, so that's fine. Still got to factor in that margin and that time. The other thing is, you can also hire people, like go on Airtasker and say, hey, I need you to go there and clear this unit for me. All I'm after are these things. And there's a bit of trust there, but that's what these platforms are built for, if that's the way to distribute labor as well, that's all down the track though. Today it's very much I've got a dual cab, I've got a hard top on my dual cab, which means that even though it's raining today, I should be able to take all of the stuff from that unit back with me. Whether I decide to dispose of things, sell to a marketplace, go to a flea market, whether I just do the eBay thing and leave the rest for another time, it's very much about bite-sized pieces today. So yeah, very interested to see how it goes. Excited as well because it's new. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you've tried this before and if it's worked out well for you or not. I know, and if the comments are, I tried it, it was rubbish, I won't do it again, I would challenge that, because it is random, right? It is random. We're not cherry picking. For the most part, we're rocking up and just seeing what's there. If we see a bunch of boxes and we decide that we're going to pay $1 a box, and we end up getting the whole unit for $1 a box, but it's 100 boxes, and half of them are empty, then it becomes $2 a box. It's no different than any other kind of sourcing opportunity that is bulk. I would say, and the challenge is, I would need to do it several units to either work out whether the option is crap or I'm crap at it. One or two bad experiences is not enough, because statistically we haven't really tried it properly, right? We can't really comment on it properly, despite the fact that doing it twice is a lot of effort. You can't assess the odds of success based on the amount of effort you didn't like putting in, although that's probably more of a commentary on work you don't like to do. If one unit is good, one unit is bad, 50% success rate, right? That's kind of where I'm going with this. So I need to do several. I'm probably going to space it out or not. Who knows what the ADHD will do. I've already watched a few upcoming ones that are ending next week, and some of them I think are going to go. This one today we paid $150 for. There are some ones coming up next week that I reckon will probably take over a K or two. Interesting. The thing that I found really fun as well is profiling the person who's selling. Like, you know, are they like, there's one with like a bunch of shop fittings. I'm like, all right, pretty straightforward. They've wound up an alteration shop, a bunch of mannequins there, a bunch of like shelving units. There's a commercial sewing machine. I remembered back in the day when I first started reselling full time, I would go, oh, I can sell that, that's got profit. And then now I'm like, no, actually I can sell that, that has profit, but I don't want to sell it, and I don't really want to store it either. So I'm gonna say no to that profit. The FOMO isn't there, and I'm quite happy with the fact that storage units have kind of come up at this stage of my career, because I definitely would have bought bad units if this was how I started. If someone said to me, hey man, for like $500 you can get, you know, this massive unit of stuff, work through it, it'll probably be profitable, I would have done it, because it would have all made sense. And also, when I started reselling full time, I had more money, in the sense that I was coming from being a finance broker with, you know, a monthly trail income of like 5K. So that's nice, right? It's like every month there's money to go buy inventory, and we still have space to store it. It would have been a recipe for challenge. So the fact that I don't have a lot of space to work with, and I have to be measured, and I'm actually measured, and I've got that, you know, 3 steps of I need to understand the work, it needs to make me money, and I need to enjoy it, and that's like a not negotiable now. Means that we don't just simply bid on anything, and just because we could get a lot of stuff for cheap and you know, swing big, hit big, hopefully the speculative thing doesn't really appeal to me. I'm just more keen to know whether a new activity that is a feasible activity could make me happier in running my own business. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So that's the prelude. But here I'm gonna go do the admin thing, and then I'll show you guys the unit. Hopefully it's fun. Since it's raining outside, I'm gonna just sort through all the stuff in here. That way, I've got some bags. That way, I don't have to make the space for it back home when we get back. So we're gonna sort through it and then load it up in the truck. And we should be done in like an hour, I reckon, maybe even less.
Oh,
you're from here? Right, I'm from the View.
Okay.
View. Yeah.
Okay lah.
I
nhớ đi ở cái rồi.
Wow.
Okay ni.
2002.
2002 ah, and 1988 lah.
Wow, you came when you were a kid?
Yeah, 18.
18 Uni.
Uni then JPR easy lah.
Back then easier lah.
Close.
We've taken out the big items already. We've got a bag of trash so far. Half bottle of engine oil. We've got a pair of banged up Asics here. There is more stuff here. That's the stuff we're here for. So let's go through them and see if we find anything useful. Apple MacBook charger. Ralph Lauren swimming shorts. Boxing shorts. Still in pretty good nick. Curly belt. We've got the dunks that we saw in the picture. Another more worn pair of dunks. Are these pandas? A bunch of like little things that we would use personally. These lights, for example, as we go camping. The mirror is an interesting one because the mirror, there was in the photo it looked like that, and this mark was in the mirror. And it was a matter of seeing whether it was dust or a crack. And judging by it, it's just dust. So it's just seeing whether this mirror is worth anything or not. Box that says Reebok. Do we have Reeboks here? Car mat. LED globe. Wire receipt. Disposable gloves. Useful. I think this person was a barber because there was like a bunch of shaving cream and facial stuff here as well. Top King boxing gloves, one set. And Yokao gloves, so 2 sets. Okay, so between boxing gloves and shoes, we've made our money. Now what's left? Ray-Ban new Wayfarers. Ooh. How much did they go for? Very active individual. I know this one. Active individual with ADHD. Adidas slip-ons. This will be about 20 bucks. They look like they've barely been worn as well. So happy with that. And Adidas boxing shoes. That look. There's some marking on this one. But yeah, after dusting them off, not much wear otherwise. So happy with these two. You know when you buy something and you buy a lot and then there's this tension of like, I hope I need to make the money back, and you feel as you're digging through, you're like, oh no. I haven't had that feeling yet. So far, we've picked things up and it's been good. So after this, we've got that and then we're done. We are doing a Melbourne meetup. There will be an event channel within the Discord. Join our Discord, the link's in the description. That will send you straight to that channel and register your interest there. It's just going to be a dinner. We're going to hang out, share stories about reselling, just get to know each other. Come join us. Subscribe if you're not already to the channel. Give this video a like and consider becoming a channel member. We have Calvin Klein undies. It looks like a heavy jacket. Oh, Ivy's jacket. Made by Risley high-vis jacket. It looks like it hasn't been given the dirt treatment yet. Awesome. I'm guessing this will be a pretty easy marketplace flip. Okay. Oh wait, there's a side table here. Ooh, there's stuff in the side table. Judging by what I'm seeing in this tub, I don't have high hopes. It just looks like he emptied out his whole wardrobe in here. Doesn't feel like leftovers either. So I'm almost wondering whether this person kind of went overseas, just didn't decide not to come back. But the furniture's not expensive. Like this lamp, probably like $10 on marketplace. Yeah, it's an Unco lamp. Might not even get us 10. There's a mouth guard. All right, now to go through the clothes to see what we can keep and what we can sell. Bonds singlet, undies, Under Armour t-shirt, interesting print Puma shorts. This one we can sell. Both large. There's no cracking in the print. You know what? I'll try this one. This one looks interesting. I see Nike. Oh, undies. No, thank you. I see a Nike sleeve. Ah, the hung stuff. Okay. All right, here we go. Excellent condition Nike jacket. Ooh. Kenzo jumper. Tommy Hilfiger. I see blue, I see red, I see white, I see Tommy. Is it Tommy? Yeah. G-Star shirt. So, if you guys are thinking like, how did you know you were gonna get items like this? There's always a chance. This is random. Storage units are random. Smaller than expected when I rocked up here, but it was the sneakers. The green and yellow, that was the indicator, because if you buy regular Nike Dunks, this is not what we expect. But if you have enough of a off-center to get those Brazil Dunks, then there's a chance that other stuff is possible, like the loud Kenzo Tiger jumper. Just seen regular Nike runners, not really. If I see LeBrons, I'm not gonna go in on that storage locker because they're common. As much as they're valuable, they're still common. Black, and you guys know with G-Star, like anything dark color on dark color tends to do better than say fancy color. 2 Kenzo jumpers. Lacoste Sport t-shirt. Hugo Boss t-shirt. Yeah. Clean. Nice. Tommy Hilfiger with the flag. I like this one. Buy, I will pick up myself actually. Palm Angels. No idea what that is. I'll have to compare later. G-Star jeans. Pretty unique. Even the buttons still in good condition. I think it's safe to say we've done well. So those of you who have watched this all the way to this point, thank you. Your presence makes the channel, and your continued feedback in the comments or whenever you happen to pass, we cross paths on Instagram or Discord, and any feedback you give me helps to make the channel better. I appreciate you. Just wanted to say that. I appreciate you. E-squared jeans. Never seen this before. They look fancy. Interesting. There's a button fly with buttons that look like that. Oh. I wonder what these would go for. Ooh, nice. Carhartt whip hats. I guess we found one more banger. Now the question is, Doesn't have any bleach marks on it. We're good. Woohoo. Okay, so in terms of the unit, I came here preparing to dispose of stuff, maybe sell some furniture on Marketplace, but the clothing has been worth it, in which case I'm not even going to bother selling the furniture. I'm just going to dispose of everything because that's easier to do. And essentially what's coming home with me is just this and the mirror. So I did check the mirror. The mirror isn't came out, so I'm going to put it on Marketplace for cheap, 20 bucks. If someone buys it, great. If no one buys it, then I'll dispose of it. This side table as well, I'm going to put it up for like 5 and someone will probably take it. But yeah, we've got the boxing gloves, so that's 100 bucks a bag. We've got the 2 pairs of Nike Dunks, the boxing shoes and the slides. That's a $150 bag right there. We've got clothing 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you already know, we've got the G-Stars, we've got Carhartt, Kenzo's, we've got Polo Ralph Lauren, we've got and a bunch of miscellaneous like bread and butter, like $10, $20 items. So the clothing I reckon will be close to about $400-500. So yeah, $150 in. We're looking at, I'm gonna say, $600 to $800 up. Pretty happy with that. For my first go, especially when profitability was not the thing, it was just a case of learning how to profile the person, learning how to, whether I like the work or not. We've been here obviously documenting, so we got here around 10. It's been about an hour and a bit. This could be a lot faster, but clearly, for the sake of YouTube and you guys, showing you guys item by item. Will I do this again? Yes. How do I feel about my ability to judge a unit? Not bad. But I also feel like this is probably like the easiest unit to start with for me. I know some people have said they go to some units where it's really messy, really dirty, and it's just random, people's crap. This one looks more like abandoned good items as opposed to rubbish I no longer want anymore. So yeah, very happy. Gonna take it to the laundromat. That's it, folks. We have cleared everything. Last trolley going to the car, that's mostly junk. Give it a vacuum as well. That's part of the deal. You gotta make sure it's clean. If it's not clean, then they get to keep your $200. So we've done that cleanup as well. I'll definitely do this again. How is it looking? We've laundered the stuff from the storage unit. Forgive the news that's playing in the background. This is how it's turned out. There's been some items where I couldn't get stains out, but to be expected. The really gross stuff we've thrown away. The stuff that I thought we could get stains out, I've given it a go. And so far, the stuff that's valuable has gotten clean, which is like a yay. The stuff that's I'll keep, I guess. I'll show you guys. So this is a G-Star shirt. There's a bit of fluff there that I gotta get rid of with a lint roller because we've chucked it in the dryer, but the blacks are coming out black. Very happy with that. This is the Tommy Hilfiger shirt with the flag. Looking good. This one's had some smudging on it, but I'm guessing it was just from dirt or grime from moving around. Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. It's still got a mark here, so this is an example of something that I would keep. This person's actually in my size, funnily enough. The shoes were half size too small, so if I wanted to keep them, can't. But the clothing is in my size, so this is like a, if it doesn't sell, you can still keep it kind of deal. Ape shirts come out good. Very happy with that.